Greetings and salutations, everyone. I am, as always, darthdevious, bringing you another video review, this time from the Fall of Cybertron game. It's Ultra Magnus! Though he wasn't actually in the game, but still. Yeah, quick look at his packaging. As you can see, some nice artwork of Ultra Magnus there. Woo! Series 1, number 12. On the back here, here's his bio if you would like to read it on your own time. Product shots, Cybertronian truck mode, sword and blaster combined. Doesn't show you how to do that in the instructions, but I did figure it out so I can show you. Nice G1 styled tech specs, those are always cool. And then underneath we have a couple of other figures in the wave. Kickback, who I do have, and Air Raid, who I saw and I passed on, who I just don't want him. There you go. Let's get rid of the box and look at Ultra Magnus himself. Look at that. So yeah, he is just a repaint, slight retool of Optimus Prime. But for some reason, like a lot of people pointed this out, this mold works so much better as Ultra Magnus than Optimus Prime. And I have to agree, it really does. We'll bring in Optimus here. Now you can't, this isn't a fair comparison because I did add a lot of paint work to Optimus himself. So my Optimus doesn't look like the one you get in retail, but still. You get a good idea of how just the mold just seems to work better this way. You know. Of course, I'm going to have to add the tail lights to him like I did to Optimus. That's just needed. I like how it's got the red here, the silver and white on the top of these, whereas these are just gray. Of course, I added red in there myself, but yeah. So I'm not going to show off the transformation for him because, quite frankly, it's the same as his. I'll put a link to his review, and you can see the transformation from there. Alright, so give me a minute. I'll put him in robot mode, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, here's Ultra Magnus in robot mode, and look at this. This just looks so nice. As I said, it just works so much better as Ultra Magnus. I mean, articulation's identical to Optimus's, ball joints here, swivel, elbow, swivel, waist joint, all those other joints, He's got some good posability, some really good posability, but the high point is that new head sculpt. That's Ultra Magnus right there. You can just see it right in there. It just works so well. And of course he comes with the gun that, Optimus came with, but he also comes with this nice sword. And he looks good holding the sword and the gun together, but this all comes apart because you can take it and plug it together. Now, this isn't the easiest thing to do. You really gotta line everything up really well, like that. Let's see if you can see it. There's a little clip right here that clips in underneath, and you see how it's molded for the barrel of the gun. That clips in like that. And you can take the handle, and this clips in here over the handle on the gun. This part stymied me for a little bit, but I finally figured it out. It clips in right there. So you end up with this. A much longer, larger, cooler looking sword. And you can just stick it in his hand. And there you go. This Ultra Magnus can deal with it. Alright? He could deal with anything with this sword. Where was this sword in G1? As you can see, here's Optimus. And you can see how much better this works as Ultra Magnus. Now one thing, the instructions have you leave the smokestacks up because that is more Ultra Magnus-y, whereas Optimus you leave them down. And the colors just, they pop so much more on Ultra Magnus. The nice red Autobot symbols, the red in the windows, the blues and the whites, and it's nicely done. Nicely done. Even the rims on the wheels are better done. So, yeah. I highly recommend getting Ultra Magnus. If you skipped Optimus, don't skip Ultra Magnus. He's really cool. To show you what I mean about how this mold works better as Ultra Magnus, put him back. Here is City Commander. And I know City Commander is huge, but you can see the way the chest is designed and all that, how you can get Ultra Magnus, a modern Ultra Magnus from a War for Cybertron or Fall of Cybertron Ultra Magnus. It works. It really does. So yeah, this one, high on the recommendation list. I saw him at Walmart. I saw the entire second half of the wave at Walmart. Don't want Sideswipe. Don't want Air Raid. Starscream somebody already has for me, and I'll be getting to that probably the end of the month or sometime in February. I've got a lot of stuff backed up right now. Yeah. So him and Kickback were the only ones I picked up, and those were the only ones I really needed from the wave, so there you go. Highly recommended. And when you get them, you need to combine the sword and the gun, because this is just cool right here. That is nice. I like how they're giving the second wave ones nice weapons. The first wave ones didn't get too many good weapons. Shockwave was a slight exception, but not by much. So there you go. Ultra Magnus. Get him. Be good. You guys be good. He's got this giant sword. And you know what I tell you about these robots and their giant swords and where they stick them. Be good.